What's going on, guys? It's Otaku Phoenix here, and I decided to make this video before the release of Sonic Frontiers, where it may become obsolete. In this video, I'm going to be proving that Infinite is the strongest Sonic villain and he can defeat Perfect Chaos, Time Eater, the Dark Queen Melina, Alpha Layla Walela, Metal Overlord, Perfect Dark Gaia, and finally Solaris. And keep in mind, Sega themselves agree with my conclusion, so let's get into it. Infinite is an incredibly strong and powerful character in the Sonic franchise and is currently the Sonic's strongest villain according to Sega, so I'm here to prove it. Infinite has a plethora of abilities, but let's just get into the battle. Okay, so the first person Infinite is going to battle today is, you guessed it, Perfect Chaos. However, this isn't really much of a battle, considering the fact that Perfect Chaos lost to a base Sonic currently. That's right, base Sonic. And Infinite was able to defeat a stronger base Sonic twice before his eventual defeat, and even then Sonic still needed help beating him, so we can just skip that. The next villain is Time Eater from Sonic Generations. Time Eater stands in the Sonic franchise as a force to be reckoned with and one of the strongest characters or creatures in the Sonic franchise. He can summon gates to warp his appendages through to attack his opponent. However, Infinite can create giant clones of himself that are capable of doing pretty much the same damage, so neutralized. Time Eater can also crush foes if they get too close to him. But once again, thanks to Infinite's giant clones, he can easily do the same thing. So then next, Time Eater has homing shot attacks that chase their opponents wherever they want. However, Infinite has shown he can fire lasers out of the palm of his hand, so he could easily counter these as well. Time Eater has also shown the ability to exit the time stream, but thanks to Infinite's ability to create portals to an alternate dimension known as null space, which is outside the space-time continuum for Sonic, Infinite could also easily replicate this feat by just sending the both of them to null space. Next, Time Eater has the ability to slow down or pause time and still move freely while attacking his opponent. This is an incredibly impressive feat which few can do in the Sonic verse. However, Infinite in a Sonic Cross's level was able to achieve somewhat of the same effect by slowing down time and reversing gravity while time was paused. Time Eater's strongest and final attack is where he throws a miniature sun as the Super Sonic, to which they have to combine their power in order to destroy it and break through. However, as I said, a miniature sun. Infinite was able to conjure up a much larger sun than the one thrown at the two Super Sonics, and was going to wipe out the entire resistance. The only issue with Time Eater is that he has been shown to be pretty much mindless, so the Phantom Ruby may not work on it, but if it does, it's an easy win for Infinite. Next, we have the Dark Queen Melina from the game Sonic and the Black Knight. Melina has shown the ability to be able to create closed-off void-like spaces outside of the fabric of time and space. However, as we all know, Infinite can do the same through his null space portals. Next, Melina is able to summon indestructible glowing spheres that can't be destroyed but can be dodged, as we can see Excalibur Sonic dodging through them. And Infinite should be able to dodge this, as he was able to dodge Sonic at point blank range. Next, Melina uses her giant sword to attack her opponent. However, this can be countered with fast sword slashes as we see here. And you can't forget Infinite was actually a master sword user before he got the Phantom Ruby, so he still has those skills. Next, we have the Dark Gene Alpha Walela, who was able to create a closed-off pocket dimension outside of time and space. Once again, Infinite can do the same thing through his North Space portals. At this point of the video, I'm really starting to notice it's a staple for Sonic villains to be able to create their own closed-off pocket dimensions or other realities. But moving on, Alpha Walela can summon massive fireball barrages. However, Infinite has shown due to the Phantom Ruby's abilities, he can conjure up weapons out of thin air, so he should be able to counteract this no problem. Then Alpha Walela can also make use of these side-scrolling attacks, these claw-like flaming attacks, but Sonic is able to dodge them as you can see here. And once again, Infinite was able to dodge Sonic at point blank range, so he should be able to dodge those as well. Alpha Walela now summons a giant energy orb that which takes Dark Spine Sonic has to break through but is able to. Infinite wouldn't even need to break through it as he could just counteract it with his giant sun as we can see here. As we all know, the Infinite's attack massively outscales Alpha Walela's. Then next you have to get close in to Alpha Walela to attack him on the chest. Infinite can not only teleport to it, he can literally use the V maximum overdrive to get in close and attack Alpha Walela, so he really can't escape him. And as we've seen, that's pretty much doing that over and over is pretty much all it takes to defeat Alpha Walela. So once again, Infinite should be able to defeat him without much difficulty. Next, we have the Metal Overlord from Sonic Heroes, one of the fan favorite villains and honestly one of my favorite villains as well. Metal Overlord can summon these crystal-like spear shields that he throws at his opponent. However, Infinite could not only dodge these as we can see here, he could literally teleport away from them or just use the V maximum overdrive to smash through them. Next, Metal Overlord carries giant shapes to throw at its opponents. However, Infinite, as I've shown before, can create giant clones of himself that can cause massive destruction, so they'll be able to deal with that, no problem. Metal Overlord has also shown the ability to use chaos control to stop time. However, we know from Tails that the Phantom Ruby can actually affect time and space, and we saw that here in this Sonic Forces level, where Infinite is able to slow down time so that he could reverse gravity. In conclusion, I have no doubt in my mind Infinite would beat Metal Overlord. Next, and second to the last villain, we have Perfect Dark Gaia, the largest villain in Sonic history and the god of destruction, who can summon these tadpole-like attacks. However, as I've shown before, Infinite can fire lasers to easily counter them. Not to mention, Infinite has shown that he can clone himself and that his clones all have the same abilities as him, so he could counter that easily. Dark Gaia then has a shield that can lift rocks telepathically and can only be destroyed by defeating the snake appendages. However, with Infinite's giant clones, he could easily just get them to deal with the snake appendages. Next, Dark Gaia's physical strength was enough to hold the Gaia Colossus in place and required supersonic boosting through at incredible speeds to break the Gaia Colossus free of Perfect Dark Gaia's hold. This is an extremely impressive feat as Dark Gaia is physically the strongest villain in Sonic history. However, as we've shown, Infinite could not only just clone himself to do so, but he and his clones could just do the V maximum overdrive to push the hands away as well. Dark Gaia then has a giant laser-like attack that can do incredible amounts of damage, but y'all should know where I'm going with this. Infinite could literally just summon the sun once more and throw it at Perfect Dark Gaia. Dark Gaia also has telekinetic powers as I showed before and was literally able to push 1/7 of the entire Earth's mass upward. That is an extremely insanely impressive feat from Dark Gaia. However, that is just 1/7 of the Earth's mass. I don't believe it would be able to hold up a sun of this level. So in conclusion, Infinite should be able to beat that Gaia. However, it may not work due to that Gaia's intelligence, but he should. Finally, we have the god of time and space, Solaris. But to the old there, we first need to prove he can be Mephiles and Iblis. Mephiles needed the power of 2 chaos emeralds in order to fight Shadow at even ground and used it to create multiple clones of himself. Infinite was able to create a clone army that was able to rival the Resistance main forces. Mephiles can also fire laser beams through his hand, that which he used to kill Sonic, but once again, as I've shown before, Infinite can fire lasers off as well. Mephiles also has the ability to shape-shift his body to protect himself from damage. However, Infinite has shown the same ability in his final boss fight. Mephiles can also create portals and holes through time and space that allow him to travel through time as he pleases. However, as shown in the Sonic 06 gameplay, these portals through time and space can actually be avoided. They are not inescapable holes. And seeing as Infinite not only has the boost, but I've shown several times the V maximum overdrive, he should be able to escape this no problem. The main issue with Mephiles would be his ability to copy people's abilities by entering their shadow, as you can hear him say here. He can also blast large sound waves. However, Infinite was artificially fused to the Phantom Ruby, which is an already existing artifact, so he may not be able to copy it. Infinite can also create large blimps that should be able to counter Mephiles. Not to mention Infinite's virtual reality creation that was able to trap Shadow in an entirely new world, meaning even he could manipulate it as he pleases and could actually not let Mephiles escape if he wanted. Just like, and seeing as Mephiles was defeated by Shadow simply removing his inhibitor rings, even though he had 2 chaos emeralds. Meanwhile, Infinite was able to defeat a current modern Sonic twice. Seriously, he beat a current modern Sonic 2 times. The same current modern Sonic who has gotten so stronger, he was able to defeat Perfect Chaos in his base form. Yeah, that, once again, I'll say it again, Perfect Chaos in his base form. Something he previously needed his super state to be able to achieve. He was able to do it in base. Not to mention, Infinite also defeated Silver easily during their encounter at Mystic Jungle. Silver is no weakling either, as Silver in Sonic 06 was literally able to defeat Iblis, who is described as the power half of Solaris, the half of Solaris that dwells his pure strength without the mind. Now let's finally move on to Solaris. Pay attention to the conversations being stated right here.
No, something's different. Something of our powerful consciousness coming from Solaris.
What? A consciousness? That's his core! Even if we can't stop his force, we can stop his consciousness!
Did you guys hear that? Solaris' physical form may not be able to be defeated, but his consciousness can. The Phantom Ruby literally works by manipulating one's consciousness, meaning the Phantom Ruby would be incredibly effective against a being like Solaris. However, Solaris does have his shields of Solaris, which are confirmed to be indestructible. However, these shields work both ways, as we can see here. Solaris has to turn them off to attack, so Infinite could just take advantage of the situation. Not to mention, he could slam into Solaris like Supersonic does using the V maximum overdrive, fire attacks at Solaris like Super Shadow does using his lasers and energy bursts, or just conjure objects to throw at Solaris like Super Silver does during the final battle of the game, as we can see here. He could even create weapons and artillery to attack Solaris with. However, Solaris is no slouch either, because we have been shown when he gets aggressive, he can fire multiple time destruction lasers, which are incredibly effective. However, y'all should know where I'm going with this. Infinite could literally just summon the sun to throw at Solaris, Not to mention it, Solaris has shown kind of a weakness to numbers, so Infinite could just create several clones and have them all fire lasers at Solaris for a distance. Not to mention Infinite, after throwing the freaking sun, still had enough power to fight a Sonic that he had beaten twice and had gotten stronger 2 times since the events of this game to a standstill. That is also an insane level of power. Not to mention the Phantom Ruby's recharge time is incredibly small for performing a feat so powerful. As I said, he was able to fight a stronger and even stronger Sonic to a standstill, so much Sonic needed the help of his avatar. Not to mention, Infinite could move the fight into his null space, where he can easily control what happens there, or his virtual reality, where he can achieve the same results as we can see here. So from what I've shown and stated here, there should be no argument that Infinite is the strongest villain in Sonic. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you all next time. Peace.